Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and today we will be talking about performing on stage and going over vocabulary words related to that, plus other phrasal verbs. So come on in and join us. Hello, Alexander. How are you today? Hello, Alexander. Can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Very good, thank you. And where are you located, Alexander?
I'm from Russia.
Russia. Okay. All right. Do you also go by Sasha, or is that just some Alexanders?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. It's interesting how it's different. We have a name like that in English, where the two names are very different as well. So hi, Anna Carolina. How are you today?
Hi, Holly. I'm doing well, thank you. And
Excellent. You? Very good, thank you. Very good. And hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Holly. How are you doing today?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Excellent. And remind me, Jonathan, you are from Colombia, right? Or
yes,
is it Spain?
You're right.
Okay, I was right. All right. Excellent. So we have Russia, Brazil, and Colombia so far. Awesome. All right. So, and today, I don't know about you guys, but today feels like Friday. Does it feel like Friday to you guys?
Yes, for me,
Yeah.
look, it is.
Yeah, just like, why does it feel like Friday? I'm not sure. So, Alejandro, how are you today?
Hello. Fine, thanks.
Hi, Alejandro. Nice to see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you great.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Teresa, hello, how are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, and you?
Very good. So where are you from, Teresa?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. Nice to meet you, Teresa. And hi, Ksenia, how are you today?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
I haven't seen you in a while. Remind me, you are from Russia,
yeah.
right? Okay, I got it right. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I don't normally teach this early, and I recognize some of you and some of you I don't. I do. So, but anyway, it's really nice to see all of you today. On this, at least here in Idaho, it's a bright, sunny day. So, all right. So let's start the topic. Today we are going to talk about performing on stage, maybe a little bit of stage fright for those of you who have it. So we'll go over some vocabulary words. We will also look at some phrasal verbs as well and practice those, and then end up with a discussion. So let's start out with the first question that everybody can answer. So let's start with Alejandro. Alejandro, have you ever watched a play at a theater? If so, can you tell us about the last one you saw?
No, I never have. I read theater plays often.
Okay, so you have never been to a theater? Watched a play at a theater?
No, when I was a child, I watched the plays, but no now.
Okay, did you enjoy them when you were a child?
Yes, sometimes, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. And Alexander, how about you? Have you ever watched a play at a theater? And if so, can you tell us about it? About the last one that you saw?
Yes, I go to the theater eventually. I go to other different theaters. There are a lot of theaters in Moscow. I go there with my family, with my wife, or with and maybe we go with my wife and son. It's fun.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Thank you. So you said you go eventually. I think you meant, do you go often?
No, from time to time.
Okay, yeah, so that's what you'd say. Eventually didn't really make any sense in that sentence. So I go to the theater from time to time, every so often, once in a while. So, all right. Anna Carolina, how about you? Have you ever watched a play at a theater? If so, can you tell us about the last time? Anna Carolina, are you there? Okay, we'll skip you. I think maybe you're away or something, having some type of problem. Jonathan, how about you? Have you ever watched a play at a theater? If so, can you tell us about it?
No, I have never been in a theater.
Oh,
But
yeah?
just yesterday I was in a stand-up comedy show. I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
Yes, it was very funny.
Uh-huh. Was it an open mic or was it professionals doing it?
No, it was with professional people.
Mm-hmm. Those are always very fun to go to.
Yes.
I haven't been to one in 20 years, but yeah. All right. Ksenia, how about you? Have you ever watched a play at a theater? If so, can you tell us about it?
Yes, of course, and I very like it. I think it's one of the most my favorite rest of time spending
Yeah.
at my time.
You'd say maybe say activities or
Yes, my
maybe.
favorite activities. Yeah, and the last play I saw, I think it was Hamlet.
Uh-huh. Was that in English or in Russian?
In Russia, of course. I was in Russia.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. Teresa, how about you? Have you ever watched a play at a theater?
No, I haven't watched. When I was a child, I watched more theater than now. I don't have much time, and in my city doesn't have a good theater too. Sometimes have festivals,
Mm-hmm.
theater party, and specific parks, but just yes, just
Okay. All right. So yeah. So you don't go to any, but like Alejandro, you did when you were a child, but you just don't take the time now, right? So, all right, Anna Carolina. So back from being frozen, which I totally understand. It happens to me sometimes. So have you ever watched a play at a theater? If so, how often do you go? And tell us about the last one you went to.
Okay, teacher. I enjoy watching plays, and I go to the theater when I have availability. And we have a festival here in my town called the FIFA, where there are cheaper plays, and they invite actors and actors from the whole country.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how often do you go?
At least once per year. It's not as often as I'd like.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It really sounds like me too. I don't go often near as much as I'd like. And then Alexander, we've got two Alexanders here, both from Russia. So how do we do this?
I can be, Alex.
Do you want to be Alex? Okay. So Alex, have you ever watched a play at a theater?
Yes, of course I have, and actually I'm a permanent one of the permanent visitor of the theater, and I like it so much. And actually I have a kind of schedule, like 1 week I go to the movie to see some new movie, and next week I tend to go to the theater and watch the real performance, and the last, no, I can't say the best performance that I ever seen, and it is Notre Dame de Paris, if you know that. And it's tough to describe what's it about, but I can only say that it is worth being watched.
Worth watching. So you can say it is worth watching.
Watching.
So perfect. Worth watching. All right. And Natasha. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are
Excellent. I'm doing great. And where are you from, Natasha?
I'm from Belarus.
Belarus, awesome. Okay, so Belarus, have you ever watched a play at a theater? And if so, can you tell us about the last one?
Yes, of course. I really try go to theater often. How my situation can be convenient for me. To be honest, I go maybe more. I visit maybe more children performance. Because I have two daughters, and with my elder daughter, I maybe have seen all children's performances in Minsk. And yes, and now I'm waiting for when my little daughter grow up, and after that, maybe since next year, I started to go with her to the theater. But I have had such experience in this year. I was with my children in New Year performance in this theater, and it was really very interesting because it was professional actors, very beautiful and new costumes, scena stage. It was really very interesting.
Awesome. Yeah. So when you say, do you go to like a professional children's theater, or is it the amateur theater that the children do at school?
No. It wasn't professional children's theater. It was adult actors, but they show their performance for children.
Got it.
Children celebrate.
Okay, yeah. So for that, we would say maybe it was targeted for children. So yeah, targeted. Okay, because it's interesting because I also, like many of you, I enjoy going to the theater, but I don't go near as much as I would like to. My favorite one, I saw Lion King in London, and I saw Wicked on Broadway, on Broadway in New York City, and I absolutely loved them. But the most recent production that I saw was a children's theater troupe that they travel the United States and they go abroad as well, and they have 2 or 3 actors that come into a community, and then they work with local children to put on a play, and so they spend about a week or 2 weeks, and then they put this play on. And so that was the last production that I have been to. My niece was in a pre-show, and she got to sing all the songs from Frozen. So She absolutely loved it. So that was the last thing that I have gone to. But when I have the opportunity to go to the theater, I usually take that opportunity because I absolutely love it. All right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to practice this conversation. And since we have so many of us, what I'll do is I have each person read one line. We have the scene here. Zach and Greg are friends. They are having coffee together. Okay, so we're going to put these words into the conversation. We have a parody, stage, performing, play, exhibitionist, and rehearsals. Does everybody know all of these words? If you do not, please ask me.
What is rehearsals?
Rehearsals is a practice. So if you, it's like, for example, the children's theater my niece was part of. They practiced every day for a week, and then they put on this production.
I'm sorry, could I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
This word, I mean rehearsal, is it only connected, with theater things, or I can say it in any way?
It's actually connected with performing.
Can I say, for example, I've been rehearsing for their IELTS exam, for many years?
No, that would be studying. Rehearsal would be would usually is connected to some type of performance or some type of thing that people do. But yeah, I mean, I can see your point when it comes to the IELTS, because it does feel like that's what you're doing. But yeah, we would definitely use the word studying for that one. A lot of times, for example, right before a performance, especially with children, they will have what is called a dress rehearsal. And maybe the night before or whatever, before a concert or something like that. I guess with everything. Also, another thing that this word is associated with is anything like a wedding. So, before a wedding, at least in some families, they might have a kind of a rehearsal before the wedding, maybe the day before, and then they'll have the dinner that night, and they'll call it the rehearsal dinner. So that would be the other way it's used. So.
Thanks for clarifying.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, any other words here that people do not know? Because everybody's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and read through this. We'll start with Alejandro. We'll have each person read one line. And Alejandro, can you start?
Yes. Greg, are you doing anything next Sunday?
Okay, Alex?
No, not really. Why?
Alexander?
Well, I'm playing in a play, and it would be great if you could come along.
Okay, instead of playing in a play, that's kind of too redundant. We would never say that. So there's another word that is better, and that would be performing.
Performing.
Yeah. Okay, and Anna Carolina.
Didn't know you could act.
Okay, Jonathan.
Oh, I'm in a local theater group. We're putting on a what unit. It should be really good.
Okay, so we're putting on a whodunit.
Whodunit. Okay.
Whodunit.
And what is it, Holly?
A whodunit is basically that is kind of slang for who did it.
Okay.
And it's basically a mystery. Basically mystery theater. So.
Okay, thank you.
So, all right, and next person, Ksenia.
Don't you get nervous when you're on stage?
And Natasha?
Well, not really. We have lots of rehearsals. And to be honest, I'm a bit of an maybe exhibitionist, no?
Yep.
Exhibitionist for, no?
Yes.
Yes? Oh, okay. I love being the center of attention.
Okay, and Teresa?
Well, I would finally come along. Who are you playing?
Okay, Alejandro.
I am a police inspector. The play is set in 1930. You like it? It is a parody of those Agatha Christie stories.
Okay. And Alex?
It sounds fun. Can you email me about getting hold of tickets?
And Alexander?
Sure.
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 Sure. Good. All right, so let's talk a little bit about pronunciation. Remember when you say, like, for example, 1930s, remember to be sure to pronounce the S. 1930s. And that was the main one. Okay, so everybody understands what a whodunit is. Are there any other words or phrases that you do not know? Is anybody in the class an exhibitionist? Anybody? I like to be a center of attention, but I definitely am not an exhibitionist. So, anybody volunteer that you are? Okay. So, I'm taking it since nobody's answering. Nobody is. So, let's go on. So, what is Zach doing next Saturday? Anna Carolina. What is Zach doing next Saturday?
He's going to perform a play.
Yes. He's going to perform in a play.
In a play, sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Perform in a play. Or you could say, another way of saying is, he is performing in a play. So that would be an alternative way. All right, and next person. Bear with me a moment.
I guess it's Jonathan.
Yes,
Jonathan. Yeah. I had something in front of me, so I couldn't see. Jonathan, what kind of play is it?
It is a parody about about some stories of a woman. There is the number, Agatha Christie.
Okay. It's an Agatha Christie parody. Very good. And does anybody know who Agatha Christie is?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
She writes a lot of serious stories.
And they're mysteries, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Full of suspense and with a nice climax.
Yeah, okay, excellent. And now that's a good way of saying it's an Agatha Christie parody. Two other ways of answering this question, you would say it's a whodunit or it's a parody of a whodunit. But Agatha Christie parody is perfect. Number 3, Ksenia, is Zach a shy person?
Now his exhibits. This man start with E. Exhibitionist or
Yeah.
something like
No, he's an exhibitionist. Perfect.
exhibitionist.
Yeah. So yeah. Either no, he isn't, or no, he's an exhibitionist. So yeah, because I don't think shy people can be exhibitionists, but maybe they can. I don't know. So Natasha, who is Zach playing?
He is a police inspector.
Okay. So you can say he's playing a police inspector.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, you can say he is a police inspector, or he will be a police inspector. Teresa, do you think it's a serious play or a comedy? Why?
This text, this performance of Zach,
Yeah.
I think is serious because I think it's serious the Agatha Christie books. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I think is I don't know. I don't remember the stories.
Okay. So you. Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, it's a comedy. It is. It's a comedy. So comedies are not serious at all. It's a parody, so it's making fun of other things. You know, in this respect, they're making fun of Agatha Christie and mystery shows altogether. So, all right. So, all right. Let's look at this. Can you match the two halves of the expressions? So we have, can you come? Next week we are putting, I love being the center. The story is set. How do I get? Then we have on a play, hold of tickets in the 1930s, along to the play, and of attention. So Alejandro, can you match one of these sentences together?
Yes. Can you come along to the play?
Yes, I'm going to put them all over here too. So, okay, can you come along to the play? Now, we also can set it up where the person actually doesn't have to say come along. You can also grammatically say, can you come to the play? So along there is just one choice of to come along or to come to. Okay, Alex, can you do the next one?
Next week we are putting I'm afraid I don't know what to do.
Okay, you're not sure? Okay, that's fine. That is totally fine. As you guys know, in my English classes, saying I don't know is I figure that's English and you've communicated something, so it's fine. So does anybody have an idea? Can anybody help Alex out?
On a play?
So yeah, next week we are putting on a play. So next week we are putting on a play. Okay. Right, and next one, Alexander. But before that, hello, Adela. Welcome.
Hello, Holly.
Nice to see you. All right.
Yeah.
And so, Alexander, can you try one?
I love being the center of attention.
Do you? You like to be the center of attention?
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Yeah. I do sometimes. I think it depends on what it's about, though. So, Anna Carolina, can you do one?
The story is set in the 1930s.
Yes, the story is set in the 1930s. Perfect. And then Jonathan, next one.
How do I get hold of tickets?
How do I get hold of tickets? Okay, that is very British English. In American English, we would say, how do I get a hold of tickets? As you guys know, British and American English, we have these tiny, small differences, and that's one of them. All right. So basically, what we're doing with this practice, we're actually looking at to come along. We're looking at to put on something. We're looking at being the center of attention. The story is set in. So is set in. And how do I see? How do I get a hold? To get a hold of. Oops, that's the problem. To get hold of. Okay, so those are basically what we're practicing, what we're looking at. So let's practice some of these. The first one, the being the center of attention. This is kind of a fun one. So Alexander said that he likes to be the center of attention. So Adela, how about you? Do you like to be the center of attention, or would you prefer not to be?
It depends. In the class, I like to when I teach, I like to do the center of attention and to the student.
Okay, so when you're teaching, when you're in that role, you like to be the center of attention. But
Yes.
how about when you're at a party?
It depends.
Depends.
To the party.
Yeah, so
the kind of party.
okay, so we would say it depends on the party.
Yes, depends of party.
Depends on
the party.
On the party. Okay, excellent. All right, and Teresa, how about you? Do you like to be the center of attention?
No, I don't like. I'm shy.
Okay, so I know I don't like it. I am shy. Very good, very good. So, all right, and Alejandro, how about you? Do you like to be the center of attention?
No, definitely not, because I'm very shy too.
Are you? I wonder how many, as far as like shy people, prefer this kind of training because we're able to stay at home and so forth. So,
it's my safe.
Yeah, kind of, because we're behind pictures and we're not in front of the camera. So, Natasha, how about you? Do you enjoy being the center of attention, or would you prefer not to be?
Okay, to be honest, it depends on the situation. If it something events or classrooms work with my students, yes, definitely I prefer to be in at the center of attention. But no, sometimes in our life we can be in a difficult situation, something difficult situation, and in this case, I really don't will not want to be in the center of that. attention.
Yeah, so you don't want, so there are some situations where you definitely do not want to be the center of attention. So we actually don't put in, because I heard you say that several times, being in the center of attention. We actually do not need, you don't need in. It isn't bad. It's not it's a mistake or an error that native speakers would not hear. But we actually don't use the in here. We would say being the center of attention. I just don't like to always be the center of attention, okay? And you're welcome. Alex, how about you? Do you like to be the center of attention?
It's up to the situation, and of course, sometimes it can be necessary, it can be interesting to be the center of attention, but sometimes it's just unnecessary, and it's likely to be wrong in some situation, because it's a very burden. No, just a sec. It's so much burden, sometimes, and yeah. So actually, I prefer being, kind of in the middle of attention.
So you prefer to be in the middle of the, okay, so you don't want to be ignored, but you don't want to be the only one, so you don't mind being kind of sometimes.
Yeah, I like participating in some.
Participating instead of being the onlooker, so which many of us would prefer. We don't mind watching. so and welcome back, Natasha. Ksenia, how about you? Do you be the center of attention?
I think I don't like to be the center of attention, but unfortunately, I always I'm always in the center of attention. It's something stupid. Cases when I maybe fell down on the street, or maybe something like that, and I think I'm every day in such case I'm in the center of attention.
I am the center of attention. Okay, like, so sometimes you can be a klutz. You can be you do something and then all of a sudden you are the center of attention.
Yes.
Right? Okay. All right. And then Alexander, you said that you like to be the center of attention. Do you want to tell us more about that, or have you said enough?
I think what I want to say that maybe in my life I feel lack of attention. So if I have an opportunity, so I like to be in the center of attention.
All right, awesome. I totally understand that. All right. And Jonathan, how about you? Do you like to be the center of attention?
Yes, I like it, but not always. I like to be the center of attention when it is for good reasons. For example, for my knowledge or things I have done good, but not for bad things.
Not for negative things.
Yes.
And bad things, yeah. Okay. Exactly. All right. And Anna Carolina, how about you? Do you like to be the center of attention?
It depends on the situation. But if I had to choose between to be on spotlight or to be a wallflower, I would rather be on spotlight, of course, because I feel bad when I feel that I am kind of a wallflower, or I've been ignored by someone.
Okay, and that's a very good word. So if you had to choose between being in the spotlight or a wallflower, you would choose to be in the spotlight. So yeah, and Thank you very much. And it's funny, the teachers, Natasha, I guess you are a teacher as well. Adela, when I'm teaching, I don't mind being the center of attention. But if I'm at a party or somewhere else, I do not want to be the center of attention. So I wonder if we became teachers because we're shy, but we like to be the center of attention, but not all the time. So. All right. So let's think of this one. Can you think of your favorite movie, and where was it set in? Where and what year? What decade was it set in? So Adela, your favorite movie or TV series? Where was it?
My favorite movie is set in I think 1990 or 1920, because it's a classic movie about St. Valentine's Day, the massacre of St. Valentine's Day. It's a comedy about Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, etc. And is in this epoch. No, it's
this.
This time. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's a classical movie.
And it's set in the 1920s. Okay. All right.
More or less. Yes.
Yeah. And Alex, how about your favorite movie or TV series? When was it? When and where is it set in?
My favorite movie is Planet Capex, and it was set about maybe decades ago, and to be exact, it was in 2001. And but unfortunately, I watched that movie not so long time ago, in 2013.
So, what do you mean, you botched the movie, or?
I mean, yes, I watched this movie. I mean that this movie was set in 2001, and only after lots of long time I could watch it.
Okay, so you haven't seen it in a long time. Okay, yeah. I got it. Okay, excellent. Thank you. And Anna Carolina, how about you? Could you tell us your favorite movie or TV series, and when and where was it set?
Okay, I have a soft spot for tearjerker movies. So my favorite movies are movies based on real life, and also movies where the setting is during the Second World War, the World War II. I don't have a favorite one, and my favorite series is Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. I am a diehard fan of Olivia Benson.
You and my sister would enjoy watching shows together.
Well, if I had to choose one movie, maybe The Boy on the Striped Pajama.
The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Yes,
that's
because
a hard movie to watch.
Yes, because of his innocence, his friendship with the Jewish boy, but the end was very sad.
Yes, yeah. So, all right. And Ksenia, how about you? Can you tell us about a movie or a TV show that you like, and where is it set? When is it set in?
I have a lot of favorite movies, but I think my favorite is Cartoon, and it's 9 by Tim Burton. I like Tim Burton, all cartoons and all movies. And it was set in 2009 in the 9th of September.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Thank you. And no, Teresa, how about you?
My favorite movie is Midnight in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And it's set in the 1920. I like this time. I like the lifestyle. It's bohemic. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
correct. Bohemian. Yes, I like this time because happen happened interesting things in Europe and in Brazil too.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Thank you. And Natasha, how about you? Where is your favorite movie set?
Okay, if to be honest, I don't have only one favorite movie. It's really a lot of movies, but I have enjoyable by watching serial The Sex in the City. I don't know why I really like it very much, but I suppose because it's about current girls and who live in the big city, about different funny situation and serious situation with them. And if I'm not if I remember rightly, this movie was set in the 1998 maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. And Jonathan, how about you? Tell us about your favorite movie or TV show, and where was it set, or when was it set?
I actually have many favorite movies, but one I can remember now is uh, Humans Children. It's not a very famous movie. It's about a futurist world where
Mm-hmm.
the people couldn't have children. It was prohibited worldwide, and
Mm-hmm.
two persons had to save a pregnant woman, and it was very sad movie. It made me feel very sad. I even cried with that movie, so it's a great movie.
Wow. Wow. And it's futuristic, so it's in the future. So it's set in the future, right?
Yes, it is set in the future. It's a
Okay.
war in the future.
Is it an English Hollywood movie, or is it a movie, a
Yes,
Spanish?
it's a Hollywood movie. I don't know why that movie is not very well known. A very famous actor even plays there, but I can't remember the name of the actor.
Okay. Okay. All right. And Alexandra, how about you? Can you tell us about your favorite movie or TV show, and where or when it is set?
Well, my favorite movie is 12 Chairs. Is a Russian film. It's set in 1970s. It's about two men who looking for treasures that were hidden in one of chairs that they try to find.
Mm-hmm. Trying to find what?
They try to find where these chairs were.
Okay, got it. Okay, excellent. And it was set in the 1970s. Is it in Moscow?
No, it's not. It wasn't in Moscow. It was in the south of Russia.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Alejandro, last but not least, how about your favorite movie? Where was it set?
I don't have a favorite movie. I like some directors. like Iman Bergman or Italian directors.
Okay.
I prefer classical movies.
Okay. Yeah, and so Italian directors, would that be in the Italian language as well, or are they made in English or in Spanish or?
With subtitles in Spanish.
Okay, awesome. So you like the subtitled movies? Awesome.
Yeah,
That's great. That's great. All right, and okay, let's go ahead and kind of finish his language work. Let's fill in the gaps using an expression from exercise 4. Let's start with Anna Carolina. Can you do number 1?
Okay. It's very difficult to get a hold of tickets to famous sporting events.
Yes, to get hold of. Okay. All right. And number 2, Jonathan. Can you do that one?
Sure. Andrew never stops talking about himself. He just wants to be the exhibitionist.
No. Well, that's one way, but we also say center of attention.
Okay, yes.
But you can that because it's funny because when I read that, that's the first thing I thought too, exhibitionist, and I went, no, wait a minute, those are not what we're practicing. So, number 3, Alexander, can you do that one?
I'm having a dinner party at my house next month. Can you come along?
Yeah. Can you come along? Yeah. Can you come or can you come along? Yeah. And you weren't Alexander I asked, but that's okay. so the next Alexander.
Okay. The kids at the local school always always put on a play at Christmas.
Yes, put on. Perfect. Okay. And then Ksenia.
The movie The Untouchables is set in Chicago.
Set in Chicago. Yeah. So to set in, we could talk about either the location or the year. And so it is set in Chicago. And all right, so we're going to go on to this discussion. Okay. Let's go to number 2. Let's see. Natasha, do famous TV or movie stars perform on stage in your country?
I suppose that it is not rule. Sometimes, yes, it can be so. The most famous movie stars perform on stage, but sometimes performs in the theater and movies on TV or in the cinema are the different places and entertainment.
All right, thank you. All right, and Alejandro, how about you? Do famous TV movie stars perform on stage in your country?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so you don't know of anybody. Okay, all right. Teresa, number 3, have you ever acted on stage? What was the play about?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Never. Not even when you were a child, a small child.
I don't remember, teacher.
Okay, so never. Okay, all right. But that's a good answer. Adela, how about you? Have you ever acted on stage?
Sorry, more or less, because I used to play the guitar with a group and other children we played in a festival, etc. But nothing special.
Alex?
Yes?
Yeah, have you ever acted on stage? What was the play about?
Actually, I've never tried. I've never acted on stage.
Okay.
But I had a chance, and I just didn't have a time because I had a lot of homework from the university. And,
Okay.
yes,
All right. And Adela, how about you? Have you? Can you speak now? So I saw you got off mute.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you? Sorry, the sound is more or less because I used to play guitar and we play with another children in a festival, but nothing special.
Nothing special, Holly.
No.
Okay. Anna Carolina is asking a question. It's Holly. Should we say drama classes, performing classes, classes of play? Usually, in school, we'll say drama classes, and we also might say theater as well. So, for example, he's in a theater group. So we'll say drama classes or theater group. So if it's a theater group, it's usually a community. It's a part of a community club. If it's a drama class, it's a university or a school. So, all right, good question. Very good question. All right, so Ksenia, do children put on plays or musical when they are at school?
Yes, of course. I think it's a common when in primary school or in secondary school the children put on plays.
Yeah. And were you in one when you were a child?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Yesterday, my niece came home from school and she was in a bad mood. And finally she started crying, and finally she told my sister what the problem was. And she's in kindergarten, and apparently they drew out of a hat, and she was chosen to do the set and not be in the play. So, and she is a little girl that loves to be the center of attention. So we were telling her, don't worry about it. That's perfect. You get to learn the whole thing. So, but anyway, let's ask Alejandro. Is there a local theater group near where you live? Do you know?
Yes, there are a lot of theaters near here because I live in the city center, close to the city center of Buenos Aires.
Okay, excellent. All right. And Alexander, how about you? Is there a local theater group near where you live?
Yes, in my town there is one local theater group. We go to see what they perform from time to time.
All right. All right, thank you. And Jonathan, do you think you would be a good actor, or do you think you would be a good actor?
I think I would be a great actor, but I really don't like it. I don't like to perform plays.
Okay. And how about you, Anna Carolina? Would you be a good actor or actress? Maybe.
Yes, because when I was a child, I used to play. I took part.
To perform.
I used to perform. I took part in a theater group.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, everyone, I want to thank you all for your participation. I hope you learned some new words and phrases as you practice English. And for those of you in Europe, have a good night and well when you finally get there. So take care. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.